All right, now we're joined by Advocate Prashant Gupta. We are Gupta and Associates on the matter. Hi, Prashant, thank you so much for joining us. Prashant, your first views on the matter, the burden of, price hikes yet again falls on the consumers. For your first view on this matter.
Well, the very first thing, thank you so much for taking me on board. On this, I have actually mixed opinion. Basically, the surcharges, if we look like in two ways, on the public who are not really very much, very much wealthy. So they basically look for the taxis of Ola or Uber. So in the case, if the surcharges will be more, so that time they will be actually feel cheated and they won't be able to afford the Ola or Uber at that particular time because at that time only they needed the most. So I don't think so. It will be a very good idea to increase the surcharges.
Right. So Prashant also, but we got some of the consumer reactions as well, and most of the people are of the opinion that yet again, this is falling on the consumer because we were anyways paying more for taxi fares when it comes to rush hours, and now it's been doubled. So now they can charge 2x of what they were charging earlier, as in of the base fare. Earlier it was 1.5x, and now it's almost 2x.
Correct. So that's what I mean. Even my opinion is the same. Basically, I mean, if they are going to charge more like 2x, double the charges, so of course it is going to be very hard on the pockets of the normal consumers. So basically, what happens is we have to look for people who are not really earning very much. We have to look for the middle class people also or lower middle class people. So basically, that I mean, who uses the taxi, who uses the Ola or Uber? The people who don't have their own convenience at the moment, at that time, basically they go for the taxis, Ola or Uber. So we have to look for them also. And if this will be the case during the what do you say the high demands when say for example if it's a rainy season or it's a late night or peak hours like office timing. So at that particular time, the consumer needs the taxis more. And who needs these taxis more? Who don't have their own vehicles. So in case if this will be like two times more, so that will be very much hardship to the people who are like in the middle class or lower middle class. So I don't think so. This will be the better idea or the good idea to increase the surcharges as of now at this moment. Basically, it could also be happen like the taxi, I mean the taxi drivers or they may create their own group and they may not serve the people at the time when they actually required and they may misuse it. If there is any regularities, if there is any what is it, the control on this, so it is okay. Otherwise, it is not very good idea to basically implement this surcharges.
Yes, absolutely. Because in any case, there was a lot of issues coming to fore of all these cab aggregators of how the cab drivers cancel and the customers are left stranded. And now with this in place, this could lead to further confusion and problems. Also, this comes at a time where the entire policy of old vehicle scrapping is underway, which is going to likely increase the pressure on the end consumers now.
Correct. Of course, I mean, if you see that way, so that is also you're saying the correct thing. In case if the people are like if the cab drivers are canceling those things, so on those lines, basically, drivers, in case if they are like towards to getting more incentives on those lines, so they can actually grab this opportunity. They can look it as an opportunity so basically they can look at as an opportunity that they can earn more if they are taking little more risk in terms of driving in the bad weathers or late nights or whatsoever. But end of the day, I don't really think so. The country like India, where people are like below middle class and people who don't have cabs or cars, with them basically they will be using these kind of services, and that will be really very much heavy on their own pockets. And of course, you have to consider the local taxis as well. So, I mean, just in case if the Ola and Uber will be increasing their surcharges, in that case, the local taxis may get more passengers apart from them.
Prashant, also, do you see any breather, any modifications in this rule going ahead? Because this is likely to cause a lot of unrest amongst the end consumers. So, any changes that might be possible?
Well, I mean, as of now, I'm not completely aware of it, but we are actually expecting something that this should be regulated by government directly. And basically, if there will be certain control system on those lines, then it will be, of course, goes hand to hand. I mean, it will be very good for consumers also who are in very deep need, and this will be very much favorable to the drivers also who are actually taking risks and basically driving late nights or driving in the bad weather. So there should be certain regularities and there should be certain control system or else any customer care system where can where the consumer can also make a complaint or Ola and Uber driver also can make a complaint. This can go hand to hand basically.
Okay, so regulation might be on the cards, that might happen, but for now, this is what it is. But on that note, thank you, Prashant, so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.